Closing arguments are set to begin today in George Zimmerman's second-degree murder trial. The judge presiding over the trial says the 6 jurors could begin deliberating as early as Friday. We've seen tempers flare this week in the courtroom especially. Can you break down for us the source of the tension?
I think the source of the tension is really kind of the back and forth between the defense and the state, between the defense and the prosecution, and a lot of objections that have been made on both sides. And I think there also has been, a little bit of confusion from Judge Nelson herself. I think that a lot of the evidence that the defense has tried to introduce has kind of caused a bit of tension, from the THC levels in Trayvon Martin's system to the computer animated depiction that they wanted to introduce, to Dr. DeMayo's testimony. I think there were a range of things that the state was kind of frustrated with. And I think that has caused a bit of tension. Additionally, yesterday there was a little bit of confusion as to whether or not George Zimmerman would testify. And there seemed to be a weird moment there between Don West and George Zimmerman. And it almost seemed like Zimmerman wanted to testify, but that his attorneys were kind of advising him not to. So there was a little bit of tension there as well. There's been a lot of up and down throughout the entire trial. There's been a lot of back and forth, and what seems to be a lot of confusion, whether that's preparation on the state side or on the defense's side, or even on the information that Judge Nelson has been given. So I think all of that has contributed to an overall pretty tense environment.
Should Zimmerman have taken the stand? Would that have helped the defense's case at all?
Well, that's a really difficult question, because we would need to know what kind of witness he would be to know if it would have been a good idea for him to testify. So I think that there's always a tendency, as someone observing a trial, to just really want to hear what the defendant himself has to say in his own words. I think it's kind of human nature to feel like, you want to hear it directly from the person's mouth, that they didn't do anything wrong. And I think that there's that desire here because no one really knows what exactly happened during that altercation. However, if Zimmerman had taken the stand and had done a bad job on the stand, as we've seen some other witnesses do in this case, I think that could have been really, really detrimental to his defense.
Right.
And so, without knowing exactly what he'd say and how he'd say it, I think it's tough to say he should have taken the stand.